We have five steps involving in it. First one is project preparation, and then project preparation, business blueprint, realization, realization, final preparation, goal event support. In the activate methodology, we have five steps involving in it. The first one is preparation, and then explore, and then realization, and deploy, and run. And we were discussing about the ASAP HANA, its concepts and its features, in which we have discussed about the in-memory concept, multi-processors concept, and Fury GUI. We have been discussing in which Fury there are three categories involving analytical, transactions app, and fact sheets.
Okay.
And we have discussed about the licenses of SAP has 4 HANA in the
Okay.
market which are present, which is on premise and cloud. On
Okay.
premise is the license which will be issued by SAP for every year, I mean yearly once.
Correct.
Um, and cloud will be issued quarterly wise.
Quarterly wise. Yes. 1 second, I'll just get some water. Yeah. Okay, good. So, if anybody asks you what is the big change between your SAP ECC and SAP S4 HANA, you can talk about this. These are technical things, right?
Yes, sir.
In memory, you don't see it, right? It's a performance. It is inside of application. It will work. Hope you see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Multiprocessor also we don't see. We can see the performance of an application. That's all, right?
Yes, sir.
Now coming to the compression logic also, it's inbuilt. Data will be compressed. 1/8 of a data will be compressed automatically, so that businesses will have a RAM size big. So they'll buy more RAM size. So system will be fast. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then we talked about Fiori, right? Fiori in a sense, it's also a interaction. How user interact with an SAP application, it depends. There is a traditional GUI and latest GUI is Fiori, right? Web based.
Yes, sir.
So in a web, you can have your no, the required business action can be done. In Fiori apps, there are three categories. One app is for a transactional apps. Transactional apps in a sense, those apps you can use and you can record your business transactions. You can post a vendor invoice, you can post a cash journal, you can post a customer invoice, everything, right?
Yes, sir.
So next, analytical. Analytical in the sense, whatever data you post, okay, whatever data you record in a system, you can see in a various dimensions. Okay, maybe each customer wise you want to see a details. You can see a visualization. Let's say a drawing kind of reports you can see. If you want to see a particular area related information in a sales, you can see it. That is possible with uh, what analytical apps. These also you can see in a Fiori. We'll play with. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next, the fact sheets in a sense, it's also a high level information. Basically, the top management don't want to see what I would say in details. They don't want. They want a high level information. Let's say how much profit we got this month. Maybe what was the profit last month? What is the variance? What is the reason? That kind of stuff is okay for them, right?
Yes, sir.
By using fact sheets, we can tell that information to the management very easily. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now, coming to the SAP licenses, there are two categories of licenses, and you have to remember one important point. After 2015 onwards, in a market, you have only SAP S4 HANA license selling, not a ECC. ECC license they have stopped selling before 2015. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So 2015 onwards, you have this HANA, and if anybody asks you, if you say I learn SAP, you learn SAP on premise. Okay, have you learned cloud or on premise? They'll ask. Okay, you say
Yes, sir.
you learn on premise. On premise functionalities wise, no change, right? As I told you yesterday, on premise in the sense a fixed package, whatever the functionalities we are buying with that license number, that functionalities you can use for a lifelong. If at all you want to use the updated, let's say recent changes of an SAP S4 HANA, then you have to upgrade your system again, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a matter of money. Unnecessarily, I have my system up to dated. I'm not whether I'm not using the functionalities. Is there any benefit for my business? No, right?
Yes, sir.
Simply cost waste. That is the reason. Wisely, they'll think and they'll select the licenses. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So difference is nothing. That is also SAP. This is also SAP S4 HANA. But the difference you could see the minute you log in, you see, welcome to S4 HANA 2021. This is a on-premise 2021. Got it?
Yes, sir.
In a welcome note, you see it. What is the benefit is, if it is a on-premise license, you have a traditional log on screen, which is traditional GUI. This is a traditional GUI. If you log into this, you feel like you're working in one software application, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. By logging in, you can see, hey, I'm in one software application, I am working it, right?
Yes, sir.
But including this, the latest Fiori also you can access. You can work basically in two screens. Web-based screen you can work if you want. If you want, you can work in a traditional screen. Why I'm telling is, for you, it is a new thing and you learning, right?
Yes, sir.
For me, I will learn it 10 years, maybe 10 years more back, okay? That time, I have only this screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Whatever my learnings, I have this screen only, right? So
Yes, sir.
this screen is very comfortable for me, right?
Yes, sir.
I am willing to work in this, but now you have option to work in Fiori also. This also we can explore, right?
Yes, sir.
Because it has three varieties of application: transactional apps, analytical, and fact sheets, right?
Yes, sir.
If you want to use that functionality, definitely you have to log in here only. There is no other way, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it. But if it is on premise, you have a two things. In on premise, you can have a traditional GUI logon and Fiori also you have. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Here two will be there. But if you choose a cloud license, only you have Fiori, no GUI, no traditional GUI. This screen you will not have for that client. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Only you will have this screen only. So now coming to the release wise, on premise is every year one release, right?
Yes, sir.
Cloud is every year four releases. Every quarter they'll release one. If you choose for cloud, your system will be up to dated. The responsibility is with SAP. They'll take care of it, right?
Yes, sir.
So whatever hardware cost they need emissions, LANs, whatever setup they need a hardware mission to connect, everything they'll take care of it. In on-premise, if you want to use your hardware stuff, you can use it. Okay, but the database will be HANA. Got it?
Yes, sir.
SAP in interview also they'll ask, maybe if you go for a certification exam, they'll ask SAP S4 HANA runs in any other database? They'll ask. No. SAP S4 HANA runs on only HANA database. Okay.
Yes, sir.
SAP ECC can run in any database, but HANA only runs on HANA database. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next thing is, if you go for a cloud, in a cloud, there are two things again. There is a private cloud and there is a public cloud. If you choose a cloud license, again you have to tell you want a private cloud or a public cloud. What is the meaning is? So if you want to travel to, let's say, Hyderabad, okay,
Yes, sir.
how you travel? There are various options, right?
Yes,
What
sir.
option you choose? Maybe if
Train.
you, maybe if you want to go in a train, you can go in a train. Maybe you'll book for with the 1,000 rupees and you travel. If you want to go by a bus, maybe 1,000, 1,500, whatever, you book and you go, right?
Yes, sir.
Or else you book a RTC, the public transport, and you maybe 600, 700, you go, right?
Yes, sir.
Or you might hire a cab, a cab, and maybe you pay 15,000 or something, and you go, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between these all three? Your destination is Hyderabad. However, you will reach it. But what is the difference is the comfortable, right? The
Yes, sir.
comfortable. If you go privately in a cab, it's expensive. But what do you have? You have your privacy. Nobody sits behind you or beside you. You you don't feel anything bad. Maybe that is you are comfortable, right?
Yes, sir.
But to get that comfortable, no, you have to pay more money, right?
Yes, sir.
If you go in a public thing, so it's a sharing. A lot of other people also will be there, and the cost will be less. That is only the reason, right?
Yes, sir.
Here also same reason. If you choose a private cloud, okay, to store your data, whatever hardware machinery, what is the equipment is needed, what are the firewalls in a sense, and not to hack your data by somebody. They'll protect with all the firewalls, and dedicated people will sit and work for you. Okay,
Yes, sir.
maybe they'll take one building. In that building, they'll set up all hardware equipment, and they'll connect the servers to your system. They'll monitor from there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
For that, you need to pay more amount because dedicatedly a premium service is providing to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's say if it is a public cloud, what a company will say is, if you want a dedicated service, you have to pay more because it's only for you. There is one more option. We have a building, maybe five floors building. In five floors, in each floor, we are maintaining one client data. Let's say in floor one, maybe Tata Motors. Second, GMR Construction. Third floor, maybe Arabindo, Reddy's Pharmaceutical, whatever. Like this, in each floor, they are maintaining separate. Yeah, so here also data will be not compromised, all security will be there, everything will be taken care. Still, everybody is in a one place, my operational cost will be reduced, right?
Yes, sir.
So I no need to put a separate people. I can hire maybe instead of two, I can hire five people, and the five people will monitor among these five clients, and they'll secure the data, right?
Yes, sir.
So with this option, I am also getting benefited. If you will also get benefited, this is not a premium service. Still, you have others, but there is no compromise in data. All other features are same, but somebody will be there with you, right? That's
Yes, sir.
all. If companies say, hey, that is not an issue unless my data is not compromising, I am fine. They'll say, right?
Yes, sir.
They'll choose, and what happens? They'll pay less amount. That's all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cloud in a sense, a dedicated operations will be handled for you. If it is a public cloud, so among the people, the services will be provided. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Done. So with this, we are high level. What is needed for you to understand at this point, we've covered. Okay. Introduction point of view.
Yes, sir.
Again, once we complete a course, again we'll discuss little more to this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now you are not understood anything about a SAP application inside how FI works, how CO works. Nothing I've told, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
in high level, I gave the introduction so that you know what is what and how it is working in a market, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you joined in the TCS, you did maybe 20 days there, you completed, you got accesses, then you attended a client interview, you selected for GMR Constructions, you got GMR Construction access, you completed their mandatory courses, you introduced it into the team, you know the all team members, then you know business people from a GMR construction who is there in a project, you interacted with them, you guys have to spend some time, 2 months time, and every day you have a discussions with your concerned people in a business, you collected the business requirements, you captured them in a files, you guys sent for business review, they reviewed, they've asked for some corrections, you guys did a corrections, everything finally approved. Now you have the blueprint document with you, right?
Yes, sir.
And also, meantime, basis consultant will set up a SAP development application. Let's talk about what is development application. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
they set up a SAP application. They give you a username and password because it's a authorization thing. It's an access thing. It has to be created by basis consultant only because he owns the system, right?
Yes, sir.
He gave you username and password. Now you are ready to do your financial configuration and controlling configuration in a SAP system, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let's see. You have a system configured. I'm telling basis theme configured development system and gave you user ID and password. Password is your personal thing. You should not share to anybody in a team if they're close to you also.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Why I'm telling is you are sitting in India. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You are working for let's say we'll talk about a global client. Maybe you are working for a Mercedes Benz. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mercedes Benz has a office maybe in Hyderabad, Bangalore. You are working from Bangalore. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So for a same Mercedes Benz, maybe I'm working from US. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because I also selected in India, but on site they send me to client location. Right?
Yes, sir.
I am working from a US, you are working from a India, right?
Yes, sir.
So every day we both are team members, we talk and we work together, right?
Yes, sir.
For some reason, for some reason, my ID and no passport was not working. I need to finish some urgent work from my US, right?
Yes, sir.
Then I'll ask you, hey, can you please share your username and password? I need to finish something. Hey, why not? You take and you go, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll connect with your ID and password from the US, right?
Yes, sir.
So while creating your user IDs based on your location, they'll connect to the servers. Every day, let's say you see last 10 days data, every day when you log in, it's connecting to the Indian server. In India, they've maintained one server. For that server, your ID is connecting every day. But let's say one day it has connected to the US server. Okay. The
Yes, sir.
minute you gave your ID and password from which location it has access, they can locate easily. It will show on a list. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then they'll ask, have you went to US for any on-site, any transaction related? Have you went to US, right?
Yes, sir.
Then your managers will say, no, she didn't went. She is working from India. Then how come her ID and password is accessed in a US, right?
Yes, sir.
Then they'll ask you tell the reason, right? I shared my user ID password to that person. You tell, right?
Yes, sir.
Immediately you lost your job and he also will lose his job. Okay,
Yes,
both
sir.
will be out of the job. That importance it has. Whatever access gave to you, you have to use for your purpose only. And again, in GMR construction, any project or in TCS also, whatever a TCS related documents, whatever a GMR construction, whatever other client documents also, If you like those documents and if you try to send them to your personal email ID like a Gmail, whatever, right?
Yes, sir.
Everything will be tracked. You are out of the job maybe in the next 1 hour or 2 hours only. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Pay full attention. These are the ground rules to work. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's come back. So, basis theme person is the admin for SAP application. He'll create an user ID and password. He'll give it to you, right?
Yes, sir.
I said development system, right? Now
Yes.
you can understand what is the development system. I know only SAP system, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the differentiation in development system? First, you should understand the system landscape because you are landing into IT sector. In any IT sector, there is a system landscape. Okay,
Yes, sir.
let's discuss. Same SAP application. We are talking about SAP application only, right?
Yes, sir.
So we call it as a development system. Okay, this is also SAP. Okay, maybe I
Yes.
name this system as a development, right? DP1. Okay,
Yes, sir.
I have same SAP application. This I call it as a quality system. I call DQ1, right?
Yes, sir.
This is also SAP application. Then I can have one more application, one more client or a server. We can call it as this is production system. This is D, DP1 we get here development, right?
Yes, sir.
Development DV will give. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So your client GMR construction by the SAP license, but the same application he has divided, he partitioned into three categories. One is a development, one is a quality, one is a production. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now you understand this very easy thing. This is why do you need to have SAP in three different ways? Okay,
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you. So in your mobile, let's say you have many apps, right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe we'll take one app. Which app you use more?
Telegram,
Telegram. What do you use for? What is it used for?
chatting with the people, communicating.
Communicating. Okay. Maybe how many functionalities you know? What are the functionalities you like more in a Telegram?
Emojis.
Emojis, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's say in current whatever in a Play Store you go and you download the Telegram, right?
Yes, sir.
And you use it for your purpose. That's all. But whatever functionalities are there currently with the Telegram application, they are not enough. Still, Telegram developer in the back end, they're continuously working, right?
Yes, sir.
They'll work. In some point in time, your application will ask, please update to get the recent functionalities. It will ask, right?
Yes, sir.
Update your application. What does it mean is maybe you have a emojis. Maybe they want to give, let's say they'll give one picture. You can choose your own picture. Maybe you can create like a kind of emoji. That is a new functionality people were expecting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If everybody is working, everybody is using a Telegram, which I placed in a Play Store, right?
Yes, sir.
If I go into that application as a developer, you are the user, you think, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
are the user, likewise, there are millions of users are using it, right?
Yes, sir.
But I am the developer. I create the application, I modify it, I do changes in the application, right?
Yes, sir.
If while all of you users are using it, if I go in a development change mode, if I try to do directly changes in that application which I placed in a Play Store, will that application work for all the users who all have installed in their mobile application?
No, sir.
No, right? Why means if something you are modifying on a something that will not work for others, right?
Yes, sir.
So what you have to do, the same Telegram application you should have as a development copy. One development copy. This copy is not available for the users. Got it?
Yes, sir.
The same Telegram application developer will work first in a development copy or a system. He'll modify, he'll do a changes here. After he completes the changes here, again by doing it simply they'll not publish for the users, right?
Yes, sir.
A complete testing needs to be done, right?
Yes, sir.
Then after completion of this job, this changes, this whatever modifications here done, they'll move to quality system. Once we have changes in a quality system, if I develop and if I test, will I be able to find the no issues? No, right?
Yes, sir.
Here I'll do it. I'll do a development. Here somebody else, not the person, same person who developed code, should not perform the testing. Testing will be done by somebody else. He'll test. He'll say, okay, it's working fine. Then in one certain point, from quality system to the production system in a sense, the application copy which is there in a play store, right?
Yes, sir.
From here to here changes will move. Once the changes will move in their mobile applications, who all are using, they'll get one trigger, please update your application. If you update your application, new changes will be reflected. So your business is not stopping here, right? If you follow this approach,
Yes, sir.
the users, until you introduce a new changes, users are able to work or use the existing functionalities without any issue, right?
Yes, sir.
The minute you transfer, they'll get the additional benefits also, right?
Yes, sir.
This is how everybody has to plan their IT application. Okay, we as a no person, we know what is functioning, what is working, we know, right?
Yes, sir.
But in a back end, there is a development, there is a testing will be there. After completing all this only, we finally have the functionalities for the users. Got it?
Yes, sir.
You understand what is the logic to have a system landscape?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you give me one example with your understanding similarly?
Mm. Can I take a related app, sir, like
Ah,
WhatsApp?
anything is fine.
Yes, sir. For example, if we take a WhatsApp, it will also ask for to upgrade your application sometimes. So how that happens is before that there is some background process which where it starts with the development system.
Hmm.
In that phase, uh, developer will try to make changes in the system, which is development system, and later they try to test it how it runs, okay, by giving to the other person. And the third person, if he says okay it is well and good, then they'll give it to the users access.
Okay. Okay. Good. So I'll tell one more classy example. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have an Amazon application, right?
Yes, sir.
In an Amazon application, maybe you have a 10 categories of products. You go to the categories, maybe groceries, maybe clothing, in clothing, women's clothing, men's clothing, kids clothing, like that, right?
Yes, sir.
So likewise, there are 10 categories available in a current Amazon application, which is there in a Play Store, which everybody is using, right?
Yes, sir.
Amazon told they want to introduce one more category, maybe car accessories, right?
Yes, sir.
So they cannot directly add the car accessories in a application which is there in a Play Store. If they do modification in that application, all the users will get hampered. Nothing will work for them. The existing categories also will not work. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So they'll work on their Amazon development application first. Developer will do the modifications. Including the 10 categories, they'll add a car accessories category rightly. He'll do right configuration. After that, testing person will test, including 10 functionality. Whatever the functionalities are there, they should work also perfectly, right?
Yes, sir.
If you give one, you are adding one functionality, and if you are breaking two existing functionalities, it doesn't make any sense, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the perfectly car functionality, the car features are working, but maybe by adding this, you broke something related to clothing. That functionalities are not working. Then this is also a big loss, right?
Yes, sir.
Here, the tester will test all the no functionalities. Let's say what were the existing functionalities, what is a new thing. He'll check all the 11 functionalities. Everything is fine. Once you get a confirmation, then only he'll pass on to this Play Store Amazon application. By updating, you'll see the new category also added in your application as a car accessories. Got it?
Yes, sir.
With the same example, in SAP, we need to have one development system. Development system is to work by developer. If you join as a developer, now you joined as a developer, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have to understand GMR construction business, and based on the blueprint document, you have to configure your system, right?
Yes, sir.
So next there is a somebody else, he'll test it. He is a tester. Finally, there is somebody will use it. This person we call it as a production. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's talk about our client is GMR construction, right?
Yes, sir.
GMR construction is our client. Okay. Now he has a landscape of three systems. Okay, done. Let's see. Now there are the job roles. Different job roles will be there in real time. How it will work? Let's see. Okay.
Yes, sir.
For a GMR construction to have SAP implemented, he has a contract with GMR construction has a contract with TCS, right?
Yes, sir.
So he has a he got a quotation from other all the IT partners, let's say IT providers. Among the quotation, he selected TCS is the right partner for me to get my SAP implementation work is done. Okay,
Yes, sir.
they have an agreement how much I need to pay, and how much to, tenure you will complete the project. If you fail to complete the project, how much penalty you have to pay. Obviously, right?
Yes, sir.
If you committed and if you fail to do it, you have to pay penalty, right?
Yes,
TCS
sir.
has to pay penalty to GMR construction, right?
Yes, sir.
Everything will be recorded, documented, and they have a legal obligation. They are into contract. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you as you selected in a TCS, TCS select you and they'll assign you to GMR construction project. Then you have to work for GMR construction. You have to work for a GMR construction. GMR construction will pay to TCS. TCS will pay to you as a salary, right?
Yes, sir.
In this case, you will be a developer. Got it? Your
Yes, sir.
role is developer or a consultant. Consultant developer role you will get in this project. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Again, somebody will develop. Okay, that is fine. Somebody has to test, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If again TCS people will test whatever TCS people will, maybe from a TCS you are a developer, you have a 21 team members, they have developed. Again we'll ask that 21 persons to test also. What they'll say, everything is pass, everything is working fine, right?
Yes, sir.
With our eyes we cannot find our own mistakes, right?
Yes, sir.
That is the reason in our IT also, again to test the functionalities developed by TCS, what GMR construction will do is they'll not ask a quotation from a TCS this time. They'll ask others, all IT providers, maybe Tech Mahindra, maybe Infosys, maybe why I'm not collecting Dell, HP. CG, Atos, all the IT companies, they'll ask, hey, we have a development partner. TCS is configuring my business configuration. Whatever he configured, we need somebody to test effectively. Please submit your quotations and how much you charge it for this testing. You charge it. If you fail to test thoroughly, how much penalty you pay. Everything will be there also listed. Again, he'll get a quotations from many IT providers. He'll again check who is best in the market for a testing, and he'll give a contract, right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe you tell one more company here, GMR Construction, again contract with which company?
Infosys.
Infosys. This time they have a testing contract, the quality check contract with the Infosys, right?
Yes, sir.
You think if Infosys got a contract, what they'll do in SAP, who are good at testing, they'll start conducting interviews, right?
Yes, sir.
So maybe for a God's sake, if I go for an interview, if I select for an Infosys as a SAP consultant, what they'll do? So okay, currently we got a contract from a GMR Constructions as a testing. What they'll do, they'll assign me into this project. I also selected for a GMR construction from a Infosys. Got it?
Yes, sir.
For a same client, you have a TCS people. Now you have a Infosys team also, right?
Yes, sir.
Again, same process in Infosys also. I join there. I'll complete the policies. I'll finish. I'll give a project interview. I'll onboard to the GMR construction. Here, I'll also complete the courses, mandatory courses. I got the system access. Then I am ready to do the work, right?
Yes, sir.
This role is a tester, functional. We are the functional module, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are the functional tester. Okay. Quality tester or a quality consultant, right?
Yes,
See,
sir.
this is also SAP, this is also SAP. Based on a place you join, your job role will be changing in a client, right?
Yes, sir.
If you would have joined here in Infosys, you would have become a quality tester, right?
Yes, sir.
Done. Now you develop 12 months. Okay, you guys will test. Done. After that, whatever you done so for configuration, you move here. This is a production system. Production system in a sense, always you think the system which is live to use the business uses. Like that application will be used by a business. They'll record all the business transactions here in this system, not in DE1, not in DQ1, only in DP1. P in a sense production, where they'll do a business, they'll get their bread and butter. Okay,
Yes, sir.
your live business where will happen business operation. From that system only you record your revenue, your expenses, everything, right?
Yes, sir.
So ultimately, whatever application, let's say if you go for a Reliance Digital, if you want to buy a any big LED TV, whatever 4K, whatever you want to buy any TV, okay.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to buy a TV, they have to generate an invoice and they have to give you invoice. You have to pay. You have to get your TV back, right?
Yes, sir.
To generate that invoice, they'll use their production system, not this their development, not their quality, only production system. Because the live business will happen in their everybody's production system only, right?
Yes, sir.
As we have taken example, Play Store. What are the application available in the Play Store? They are the productive application. Their production applications. Got it?
Yes, sir.
The Gmail, whatever Gmail we are using also, that is a productive application. From a productive application only, Google will get a profit out of it. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Back end, you think every application has it's their copies of a development, copies of a quality. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Not only for SAP, I meant if Java, .NET, Python, what all software you know, software side, everybody has their system landscape. The system landscape, basic system landscape is they should have one development system, they should have one quality system, they should have one production system. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now 12 months are completed, testing is passed. Now the whatever changes we did will bring it to production system for business use, right?
Yes, sir.
Again, you tell me once changes are here, from here the business will be forever, right?
Yes, sir.
They'll continuously work it. Do you think this is also a application? They don't get any issues while using it? Is there
No,
any
sir, they will
guarantee?
get the issues.
No, right? Normally, any application while you are using in a production also sometimes you get into issues, right?
Yes, sir.
Then to rectify that, this is very no critical system, right? If something happens here, if 1 hour your production is not working, what will happen? Nowhere you record the business transactions. Your business will be halted immediately, right?
Yes, sir.
You need a resolution immediately, right?
Yes, sir.
Then continuously support your business to support your production system, DP1 system, SAP DP1 system in this case. Again, you need a consultants, right? Who are good at SAP, right?
Yes, sir.
What GMR construction will do again? They'll ask for the quotations. Hey, so and so TCS is developing, so and so Infosys was testing, maybe from April 1st, 2024 onwards. Okay, April 1st, 2024 onwards. Fiscal year starts from there only in India, right?
Yes, sir.
Not in 2023. 2023 they'll develop, they'll test, everything happens. My application is ready by 1st of April 2024, right?
Yes, sir.
From there, I need somebody to support my system, production system. Any operation fails, I need you guys to resolve it immediately and resume my business operations. Now submit your quotations. How much you charge every yearly, right?
Yes, sir.
This time they can get a quotation from TCS also. They can get Infosys. Here there is no restriction, but here only restriction. Developer can't be a tester, right?
Yes, sir.
If developer is a tester, your testing audit control is fail.
Yes, sir.
IT side also audit will be there. Developer cannot be a tester, right?
Yes, sir.
Now again, GMR Construction here has a contract with GMR has a contract with maybe this time Dell. You know Dell?
Yes, sir.
Dell. They have a contract with Dell. Then if we join here, right? If we join in a Dell, Dell has a contract with GMR Constructions to support their production system, right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe they'll assign you to in this project, right?
Yes, sir.
Here your job will be support consultant, right?
Yes, sir.
So you see, for us one client only, how many IT partners are there? Multiple, right?
Yes,
TCS, here Infosys, here Dell, right?
yes, sir.
So if you join here, you will be a support consultant. If you join here, you will be a tester. If you join here, you will be a
Developer.
developer, right?
Yes, sir.
So real time, it will be like this. The basic system landscape, if anybody asks you, they should have one development system, they should have one quality system, they should have one production system. Based on the system landscape, job roles will be defined that you should understand and you should remember always. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's see. To speed up the process, what they'll do is GMR Construction has a contract with the TCS, we told, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I give everything, entire development to one IT provider, Whatever he is doing, he'll manipulate and he'll not give the right update for me, right?
Yes, sir.
Will he give?
No, sir.
Why? There is no competition there, right?
Yes, sir.
So what I'll do is I'll break into pieces. GMR construction with the TCS for a functional support, functional development. Functional models, you know, right? FI,
Yes, sir.
CO, MM,
PS.
SD, and HCM, right?
Yes, sir.
What this guy did is, this guy is a clever. If I gave everything to TCS, I don't get the right update. They internally manage whatever they want to update, that only I get to hear, right?
Yes, sir.
Because there is no competition. I should not hand over everything to one client. So real time, this is only happens. They'll not give everything to one IT provider. Okay,
Yes, sir.
they break into pieces. So only functional support will be TCS. Okay, then GMR construction uh, contracts with maybe this time we are Tech Mahindra, Tech M. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Tech M for ABAP. They've selected, they've given a contract for the ABAP rules to Tech M. Then basis is remaining, right?
Yes, sir.
GMR construction, Atos. Atos is a IT provider, okay?
Yes, sir.
Like your other companies, Atos also a MNC for a basis. Now you see, in your 21 team members, okay, in this 21 team members, okay,
Yes, sir.
you see above support we are getting from a Tech Mahindra. These three people are from a Tech Mahindra. Basis we are getting from a Atos. These are Atos people. These are Techem. These are functional consultants are TCS, right?
Yes.
TCS. See how your team is composing now. And project manager sometimes he'll ask for TCS to operate. Major portion TCS has function side. They'll give that job role also for a TCS, or else from a client side, GMR construction side, some person will be there. Got it?
Yes, sir.
He'll monitor everybody from a GMR construction. Then everybody will do proactively work, right?
Yes, sir.
Because he is not a IT provider. He is a client. Client means client is paying to all of us, right?
Yes, sir.
Because we gave a priority to him and everybody is responsible to this guy. Then project will run like anything, right?
Yes, sir.
Nobody keeps a pending. Nobody works like a lazily, right? Everybody work effectively. Got it?
Yes, sir.
In development, real time, it will be like this. Development with multiple IT providers. Got it?
Yes, sir.
You have to work with the multiple company colleagues. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is a basic system landscape you need to remember. So again, to establish this landscape, GMR construction has to invest the money, right?
Yes, sir.
Obviously, it's a matter of money, right?
Yes, sir.
Without development, without quality, without production, no software life cycle will continue. You have to remember that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Without development, we cannot develop. Without testing, we cannot assure. Without production, you don't get a revenue or a business, right?
Yes, sir.
That's all. Now, let's say in this case, we understood the GMR construction business and we told the basis consultant to develop the, set up the development system only, right? Now we need this system only. DV1 is fine. We don't need immediately testing system, right?
Yes, sir.
We need immediately production system. Production system should be ready by after 12 months, right?
Yes, sir.
And now maintenance is waste and nothing will be done here. Why? Simply this system needs to set up here now? No.
Yes, sir.
This is also not immediately needed. First, we need to develop maybe 3 months, 4 months. Once our development is done, then we need a testing system. Then tester needs to test here, right?
Yes, sir.
That is the reason first in your development project, first development system will be configured by basis consultant. He'll provide you username and password. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now you have the username and password. Now we need to understand the GMA construction business. Okay,
Yes, sir.
like a project. What they've asked you to configure, how it will be, you have to list them here, and you have to start building in a SAP application. Like let's say FICO related configuration, we have to start building, right?
Yes, sir.
Now that will do from a tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So first we will understand, we'll create as a project, how requirement will be captured, what we have to configure. Then we'll configure into the system, right?
Yes, sir.
Project preparation. This will do tomorrow. So have you taken the access?